Number 9 is a landing pad. So, yes people, what's good? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 accessories for the Dji Mini 2. If you like what you hear or see in this video, be sure to hit the red button below and subscribe. Let's do it. So, like with anything, there's 1,000,001 accessories out there, but today I've broken it down into my top 10. I could sit here and easily go through about 20 different accessories, but to be honest with you, some of them out there are crap and you don't need them. Everything I'm gonna go through in this video today is accessories that I still use, have used, or will use again at some point. I'm not gonna be doing them in any order, so I'll go through 1, 2, 3, 4, but it doesn't mean number 1 is the best one and number 10 is the worst one. I'm just gonna be doing it in a random order that I've laid out. But all of these accessories today you would use in different scenarios. Some you would use all the time, some you would use a couple of times, some you might not even use that often, but they're there when you need it. Number 1, now this isn't necessarily a physical accessory, but something I highly recommend you get with the Mini 2. It is the DJI Care Refresh. So what is the DJI Care Refresh? DJI say DJI Care Refresh is a comprehensive and reliable protection plan that offers accidental damage coverage for your DJI products, allowing you to enjoy your DJI product with greater peace of mind wherever you go. So to break it down in simple terms, this is basically a protection package that covers your drone for accidental damage like collisions or water damage. It comes in a 1-year or 2-year plan. It's £45 for 1 year, and within that year you get 2 replacements. The first replacement is £45 and the second replacement is £55, which is a whole lot cheaper than going out and buying a new drone for about £419. This way you're able to send the broken drone back to DJI and they send a brand new or near to brand new replacement back to you for either £45 or £55 if it's the first or second replacement. The key thing with this part of the package is you have to physically have the drone to send back to DJI. So it has to be broken or whatever. If it flies away and doesn't return and you lose it, this is the part of the package which is not covered, as in they don't send you a new one for £45 or £55. That's a separate part of the package which is included in the DJI Care Refresh, but it's called Fly Away Coverage Protection. This basically means that if your drone doesn't come back to you and you completely lose it, then you get a replacement drone for only £209, which is still half the price of going out and buying a brand new drone for £419. The key thing with this is you must bind your DJI account and controller to the drone to be eligible for the replacement. So £45 for the whole year gives you peace of mind that if you crash it, if it gets water damage or whatever, you get a replacement. And on top of that, if you lose the drone completely and it doesn't come back to you for whatever reason, you only pay £209 and you get a brand new drone sent to you, rather than going out and spending £419 or £549 on the combo package for a new drone. You pay literally half the price and you get a new drone sent straight to you. Number 2 is a USB-C car charger. So when you're out and about and your batteries run out, you're able to plug in the charger dock to charge up the free batteries that's in the dock. So having one of these handy in the car means when you're out and about, you're able to just plug the dock straight in and it can charge from your car. Number 3 is an SD card holder. If you're like me and you have several different cards and you leave them on your bedside cabinet, on the table, in a bag, in the drone, in the camera, and you literally can't find them when you need to find them, this is your answer. This one here that I have holds 24 micro SD cards. I don't think I'll ever have 24 to put in here, but however many I have, I definitely know I've got enough space, and when I need a card or need to find a card, I know where to go. Number 4, propeller guards. So this is an accessory that I don't use all the time. To be fair, I haven't used it in a long time. I used it mainly at the beginning when I first started flying, but it's there when I want to use it and I want to have the option to use it. When you first get them, be patient. They are fiddly to put on, they're fiddly to take off. Once you've done it once, you're able to do it again. The drone, for me, felt like it was flying exactly the same with them on. I didn't feel like it was like any different with them on versus with them off. Just one note though, if you are planning on putting them on and using them, go into the DJI Fly app and turn on payload mode in the advanced safety settings when you have the guards on, and then turn it off when you take the guards off. Good for beginners, or good if you're flying near tight spaces and you don't want to get the propellers caught in trees or bushes or wall, whatever the space is. So it's a handy accessory to have when you want it. Number 5, water landing gear. This is another accessory that you're not going to use every day and all the time, and to be honest with you, I've only used it 3 times, I would say. I filmed a couple of shots in 2 of my cinematic videos, the Richmond Park video and the Battersea video, which I'll link down below. I did a lot of over water flying on those, and I was quite a beginner at the time with the drone. That was like the first couple of videos I ever made with the drone, and I just thought, okay, well, let's put some of these on so it doesn't sink. If it drops, at least I'll be able to get it out. Obviously, luckily it didn't drop into the water, but I did have a bit of peace of mind knowing that if it did drop, it wouldn't sink and I was able to swim and then get it out. It's good there, again, mainly for beginners if you're flying above water, or even not beginners and you're flying above water and you just want that extra layer of comfort knowing that if your drone does drop for whatever reason, then it's not going to sink, it's just hopefully going to float. Number 6 is the sky hood for your phone controller setup. So this is a must if you are outside, which obviously most of you are going to be outside flying the drone unless you're flying it inside, but most of you are outside. When it's sunny and you can't see your phone, it is the worst thing. There's been times where I've been like this, or I go like this, or even put my like jumper over it or my hat down a little bit before I got this, and then I was like, you know what, there must be a solution, and there is. This is it. When you're out and about and it's really sunny, this does the job. It basically hides most of the glare, not all of the glare. I want to be clear, it doesn't completely hide all of the glare. There is still a little bit that does seep through, so it's not 100% block, but boy oh boy, it is so much better with it on, to the point now where if I'm outside and I don't have it on, I need to put it on because I just don't like not having it on. It is a bit fiddly to put on the first time, like the propeller guards were, and actually like quite a lot of these accessories are, because the water landing gear is a bit with the screws and all that stuff. But once you put it on once and you've taken it off once, you have no problems going forward. Number 7 is the propeller strap. Whoa, like I can't imagine not having it. And you know what it is, with the Air 2S, it doesn't come with a propeller strap, and you really notice it when you go to put it in the bag and take it out and stuff like that. It's not until you then go back to the Mini 2 where you're like, yeah, we need one of them on that. It doesn't come with the normal package, so if you just buy the drone by itself, you don't get the propeller strap with it. It comes with the Fly More combo. I'm always promoting the Fly More combos of all of DJI stuff, so I always highly recommend getting the Fly More combo anyway, but if you didn't, you can buy it separately for it, and it is a must, because when you're going to put it in the bag with the propeller strap on, you put it in, it's safe and sound, it's gone to sleep. You know that when you take it back out, everything is the same way you put it in. The straps are not flapping about, they're not bending or whatever. If the propeller strap wasn't on, you've got the straps flying around like this. So you go to put it in the bag, then you've got a propeller that is getting caught on the side and it's bending, and then you put it in and you're like, oh, and then you go to take it out and then the propellers are like bent all left and right, and it's all like, yeah, then you're gonna have to replace the propellers, and then that's just annoying, isn't it? So why not put a propeller strap on the propellers to keep the propellers in place? So yeah, propeller strap, a must. Number 8, ND filters. Now, how could I do this video without mentioning ND filters? You probably knew from the start ND filters was gonna come up. We'll keep it short and snappy. If you want to create the cinematic look, the natural motion blur, you want the 180-degree roll, you want your shutter speed, double your frame rate, you want all of that stuff, you need ND filters. If you don't, your image is gonna be too overexposed, you're not gonna get that cinematic look that you're looking for, and yeah, it's just gonna look crap. So I highly recommend getting ND filters as a must, an absolute must, if that's the look you're trying to go for. If you're just about flying the drone just to fly it and you're not really looking for that certain look, the cinematic look, the motion blur and all that stuff, you don't need these ND filters. It's only for the people that want that. So don't go out and buy these if you don't want that certain look. I use the Skyrate ones. To be honest with you, I've never had any issues with these ones. I know Freewells are said to be better, and I'm not saying they're not. I personally haven't used them, so I can't comment on that. I'm using these ones, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't had any issues. They clip on fine, they stay on fine, they come off fine, and they store fine, and they do the job fine. They are cheaper than Freewells, but yeah, for now, there's been no need for me to say, you know what, I want to put these to the side and buy Freewells ones or another brand. These ones have done it for me, so I highly recommend these ones if you're looking for a bit more of a cheaper ND filter package. Number 9 is a landing pad. So, okay, well, it's out now, so we'll just leave it out. A landing pad. Yeah, so if you are outside and the grass is long, or it's muddy, or it's stony, or it's sandy, or whatever, you need a flat surface to take off from. This is what you need. Because if you don't use one of these, then when you try to take off, all the stones, all the sand, all the grass is gonna get all caught up in all everything, and it's either gonna break the mechanisms or not let you take off because the propellers keep hitting the grass. I think we've all been there and can safely say most of us have been there and tried to take off on a grassed area or whatever, and it's not let us because the propellers have started to hit the grass. Yep, I have been there a couple of times until I got this. So this just comes out of the bag, as you saw, quite fast, so be careful of that. And then put it down, creates the flat surface, and then you've got somewhere flat to land and take off. And also when you're in the air, if you put the gimbal facing down and you're trying to look for where to land, the home point, you'll be able to see yourself much better from the air with your landing pad. There's obviously loads of these different versions of these pads out there. Some of them are probably not as fierce and gonna knock you out like this when you take it out the bag. But it is what it is. Number 10, landing gear extension legs. It's a long word. Landing gear extension legs. Or maybe just extension legs. Or landing gear. It's like a plane then, landing gear. No, I suppose it is a landing gear because the landing gear on a plane is the wheels that come out. Anyway, landing gear extension legs. These ones in particular are from PGI Tech. They elevate the drone 25 millimeters off the floor. This is perfect for when it's all sandy, there's things around, and you don't want the drone to be too close to the floor because the propellers are gonna catch something. Kind of what we spoke about with the landing pad. It can be used instead of the landing pad or in conjunction with the landing pad as well. Me personally, I use one or the other. But I have used them together as well, but it's more of a elevating off the ground if there's loads of stones or whatever around, and just to give you that extra, you know, Again, I haven't felt any difference with these on. They don't weigh too much. The thing with it is when you first get them, you know what I'm gonna say, yeah, they are a bit fiddly, and I know it seems stupid. You're like, no, they're not fiddly, it's just legs. The front ones are fine, you just slot them in the leg. It's the back ones that took me, it didn't take me too long, just took me about a few minutes to work out how to clip them on because they obviously clip on a bit differently than the front. Yeah, just needs a couple of minutes of patience. Landing gear extension legs. And that is my top 10 accessories for the DJI Mini 2. All of the accessories that I've gone through today are linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, check out my other videos, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. And I'm out. Peace.